Netflix has a hit or miss history with anime, and if we're being honest, it's mostly misses. To the point where when I search for bad Netflix, the first two things that pop up are bad Netflix anime and bad Netflix anime adaptations. From their fumbling of Record of Ragnarok to the bad live action adaptations of stuff like Cowboy Bebop, Netflix originals don't exactly have the best track record. But recently, every year, Netflix has one anime that hits really hard. In 2021, you had Arcane. Alright, look, I know that's not technically an anime, but I'ma count it anyway, so what? Last year, we had Cyberpunk, and now we got Pluto, a strong candidate for one of my favorite anime of the year, and don't just hear it from me, hear it from Kojima. But what makes it special? Does it really hang with those other two shows, and why should you care? Pluto is a murder mystery show about a detective, Gazikht, who's been assigned a case of two seemingly connected murders, a politician and a robot named Mont Blanc. Oh, it's a futuristic kind of world, both with horns planted next to their dead bodies. As Gazikht wrestles with the details of this case in his mind, he stumbles upon a lead. And now, the chase is on. Wait, what the fuck? Did bro just casually jump off the highway? Oh. That's some pretty advanced tech he has there. Oh, he's a robot.
私はロボットだ。
Damn, I would have never guessed he looks so fuckable. He looks fuckable. With just these two small revelations, Pluto already sets the tone for what it's gonna be. A show where every line of dialogue is important and contributes to something. Just by paying attention, you could figure out that the world was futuristic, but the differences between Mont Blanc and Gazikht's tech seem to be incredible. And the show opens up with Gazikht being tormented by seemingly some kind of nightmare, but robots can't dream, can they? Because every line of dialogue matters, the pacing in this show feels amazing. It never feels like you're waiting around for an episode to end or there's unnecessary fluff in between the good parts. And if you are paying attention to the dialogue, eventually those questions will start to surface again. Gazikht says that robots are programmed in a way that they can't kill humans, but at the crime scenes we've seen, there's no real trace of humanity. No fingerprints, no DNA, no strands of hair. If a robot could kill a person, what would its motive even be? Is it a bug in the code or some kind of virus it's suffering from? Honestly, I really don't even want to talk about this part of the anime. I feel like with just my writing skills and the time that I have in this video, I can't really do this part of the show justice, and I want you to go into it as blind as possible. But in the second half of the first episode, Pluto slows the pace way down to focus on the story of another advanced robot, North Number 2, and a famous composer, Paul Duncan. It's here that we learn that the events of Pluto follow the 39th Central Asian War, and that North requested to bodyguard Paul Duncan to just get away from the memories of that and simply learn how to play piano. I know I said it already, but I seriously don't want to spoil this too much. It's one of the most emotionally resonant parts of any TV show I've maybe ever seen, but I think knowing about North Number 2 is key to talking about what makes this show special. In the world of Pluto, there's only one other robot who's ever been known to kill a human, Brow 1589. He's pinned down to the wall by a spear and was left to rot because humans were too scared to move him. Yet somehow he has this weird, almost ethereal knowledge about what's going on in the world. When questioned by Gazikht, he challenges everything he knows, not only about the case, but about the world, and tempts him to exchange memory chips. Maybe the strangest part though, is that when inspected by the greatest scientists in the world, not a single one could find any evidence of bugs, defects, or glitches to explain his behavior. So why'd he do it? Between North Number 2, Paul Duncan, Brow, Gesicht, and the dead robot's wife from earlier, the show establishes in one episode what many can't do in seasons. Characters that actually make you want to care about them. For my money, authenticity is what separates these characters from your average show. They feel real. Everyone has their own dreams, desires, and motivations, and Pluto shows it convincingly enough to get you to care. Even the designs ooze authenticity. I mean, look at the absolute schnauzer on that guy. But seriously, it's rare for an anime to have such a large cast of compelling characters, and every one of them is important to the story. I think Naoki Urasawa wrote Pluto to get to the core of what makes us human. Why do we cry? Why do we hate stuff? What makes us who we are? And through robots, through characters this good, I think he gets pretty damn close. This theme is central to the story. It permeates every part of it, but don't get it twisted. You're not sacrificing entertainment just so Urasawa can push his message. You might not be getting shonen levels of action, but the action we do get, and especially the tension that they're able to create in scenes with just dialogue, had me at the edge of my seat. Because that theme is central to the entire story and it isn't very long, it doesn't feel like any breaths are wasted or any moments are unnecessary. I felt anxious just waiting to watch the next episode a lot more than I felt relief that an episode was over. Even though you have the huge mystery of the serial murders and the post-war politics of the world, because the characters are so good, the show makes you care just as much about the small personal conflicts and mysteries as you do the big ones. But there's still one final piece of this puzzle that we're missing. This entire story is a reimagining of an Astro Boy arc. The characters, the settings, some of the plot events, it's all based on the late Osamu Tezuka's original anime. I don't know much about the original run of Astro Boy, but all of my personal memories of it are from a perspective of a kid's show. After watching Pluto and looking into Astro Boy more, it takes some of those core ideas that make Astro Boy your favorite anime creator's favorite anime and transforms them into this breathtaking, awe-inspiring, skin-crawling, heart-wrenching narrative. Now, you might be thinking, okay, cool, it's based on Astro Boy, but that doesn't really answer any of my questions about the rest of the show. I mean, why is Astro Boy important? Why does Brow kill? What's up with Gezecht's dreams? Who the fuck is that guy? Is this anime of the year? Yo, if you already seen Pluto, share your favorite experience with the show in the comments, and if you like the video, like the video. It helps you boy out a lot.